Hi Aquarius, how's everybody doing? Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Seeing the Knight of Wands on in the pre-shuffle. You're going through some type of karmic test. This may be something interpersonal that's happening right now. We're going to get further and see. I'm looking at the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands. This can even be self-doubt or a negative self-talk space that you're dealing with right now. Maybe doubting yourself about something that you want to pursue. It looks like you're going to be... I'm hearing breaking through the fourth wall. It seems like if you're focused on a sense of negativity, you're kind of going to be swimming in that. It's interesting, swimming is coming up again. I know that came up in the last reading. But if you face the other direction, like something may be hard for you to face, but as soon as you do, you're going to be addressing it and you're going to be making it out onto the other side. So there's this sense of needing to shift your perspective in order to face something, but it may be something difficult that you're facing. This can even be addressing or facing a wall that you have, or something that you're finding it hard to like break through or break down, even something that you want to change but you're feeling kind of stagnant with it, or it feels stubborn or stuck, like a type of energy. For some of you, this is related to career. For others of you, this is related to an interpersonal relationship that you have. Seems like if this is someone outside of yourself, you may be struggling a bit with somebody's personality even. It seems like because of this focus... So if this is an aspect of you, it's a part of yourself that you may be like struggling to work with a little bit. It may be like a doubtful kind of voice that you're trying to work with, or one that may be like jealous or competitive even at times, or you find yourself like comparing yourself to other people, which of course is natural, like societally speaking, but it's something that comes from a place of like survival instinct. And so maybe you're addressing this, kind of shifting the focus onto you rather than like what other people are doing. For some of you, there could be someone around you that's not supportive, or like you're looking for validation from someone that's not going to give it to you. So there's a sense of, again, needing to shift the focus back onto yourself, because I'm seeing like the more you give your attention and focus to like the negative voice or to this person or this situation, the more you're going to just like be in that energy. So there's a sense of like sinking down to that level. However, as soon as you kind of like shift your gaze, I'm seeing there be a focus on like career and responsibilities, things like that, what you're working towards, what you're trying to achieve right now. There's also a focus on relationships and like feeling that sense of connection that you've been looking for and searching for, which I'm seeing you're not going to find if you keep focusing your direction here. Because this is an energy that you're not really going to be able to connect with. It's not open to connecting. But it may be like a struggle to break away from that, is what I'm seeing with the Nine of Wands next to it. There's a sense of, again, like needing to break through that wall and go in the direction you're meant to go in. It seems like there's some type of challenge to be able to do that. And it seems like something mentally that's going on for you. It looks like breaking out of old habits or situations or connections that you're in that are holding you back. These are spaces that you don't feel supported or encouraged within, and breaking out of that. This may mean for some of you like you're taking a chance on something new. For some of you, there may be like a new job or a new career that you're stepping into. This would have also been a challenge. The Five of Swords, the way I'm seeing it, is like this can be somebody within your environment that like challenges you in a way where it makes you more difficult to like follow your dreams or what you want to do, because it's a closed off energy that is like unsupportive, or it doesn't validate you when you're looking for validation, or it's like you're trying to connect with someone and this person is not open to connecting, or they may like talk down to you in some sort of way, something like that. It's like a discouraging type of energy. Can always be like you with yourself. It seems like you breaking away from this energy is absolutely like part of the challenge. It's part of the obstacle right now. But I'm seeing this be a karmic test for you to see if you're going to break out and like take a chance. I'm hearing on yourself. Take a chance on yourself for something that you want to achieve. This would mean stepping into a role where you're taking on more responsibilities, new responsibilities, or you're gaining some type of new title. I'm also hearing new vision. For some of you, this is related to your finances. It seems too like it's something about the environment that you're in. It may make it more difficult for you to hold on to hope, but I'm seeing it be like more important for you to do it because of that. So like to transmute that energy. There's a big change coming for you with the Death card. I'm looking at 3 major arcanas in a row. It looks like there's somebody that you're kind of like stepping up to, or even setting boundaries with, or maybe using your voice differently. You could be doing something differently. It's like maybe the way that you had been taking care of things before, there's going to be a change with how you've been doing that. This can be like a change with your financial structure, I'm hearing. It can be a change with like a role or a title that you're playing, something new that you're stepping into. This may also affect you in some sort of public way as well. And it seems like because of some type of role that you're stepping into, it's also going to affect close relationships that you have. Like it may bring some type of new element to connections that you have, because it feels like because you're changing. So of course dynamics are going to change with people. It looks like you're opening yourself up more to connections as well. Opening yourself up to feel what you're feeling, to do this in a new way. It looks like in the beginning there could have been a situation where like you may have wanted to close yourself off or kind of like harden yourself off because you were going through something where you felt like you needed to protect yourself, protect your energy, but it looks like you breaking out of this situation is really giving you a new opportunity to not only step into like a role that you care about that again like maybe like viewed by other people, like kind of touches in with your public persona I'm seeing as the King of Pentacles here, but it seems too like you taking this chance or going in this new direction or like doing something completely new for yourself or like really having the courage to pursue something you want to pursue. There's a sense of also like spiritually and emotionally opening up now because you want to connect with those around you. This may be like connecting more deeply with those that you already have relationships with. For some of you, this is also about connecting with new people too. And like being in that place where you're ready to hold space as the Queen of Cups. Which all of us have the element of the Queen of Cups within us. It's like the feminine water energy. So it's about like being intuitive, being creative, understanding what you're feeling. It can be like it can be a psychic energy as well. Like you may feel energetically like you're connecting more with people, like you're able to read people more easily. Maybe also because you're ready to hold space, there's a sense of being able to have those connections that you'd been looking for, or at least being open to them. And because of that, you're attracting them in for you. Feeling much more intuitive, for sure. Yeah, it seems like there's some type of relationship that either you're reconnecting with or you're continuing to connect with. If you're reconnecting with someone, I'm seeing this as someone like you already have a relationship with. You just may be like connecting with them differently or more deeply. For some of you, it looks like because of a personal change that you're making, that you're going to be meeting somebody or other people and really connecting with them on a soul level. With the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups here can absolutely be new connections, especially because I'm seeing the Ace of Cups too. This can be meeting people based off of like shared interests, shared activities. Like maybe you do something in a certain field, you're connecting with other people in that field too. This can also be like a basis of love. It's like certain values are important to you and you're connecting with people on that level as well. People that really resonate with you. Maybe people that you share a similar love language with. Intuitively, you'd feel this. You'd feel connected with them. Like these are people that automatically, energetically, when you come into contact with them, you like feel that connection, that it's present, that it's palpable. Wow. This looks like such a huge healing energy with the Five of Swords too. This can always be like a narcissistic type of energy that we're dealing with around us. And it's one that really teaches us boundaries and how to hold space, and when we get far enough on our healing journey to have like compassion for people and where they are. And there's a sense of like going through a difficult situation with someone with an aspect of you, and the challenge being to come out of it in a place where you're feeling love. So it's like a very difficult situation that you go through that automatically, survival wise, would make you want to close off, but the challenge is to open yourself up and to keep your heart chakra open, or to heal it enough for that space to be cleared now. And it seems like you're having some type of new beginning or a new start because you've broken away from this energy as well. I'm kind of seeing the Five of Swords energy be like, you could have felt sort of like you were like in a bubble with somebody, or like a mind frame that you had, and it's really hard to like break the barrier to get out of that. But it's like as soon as you cross the threshold, there's a sense of like being free and like having that energy be encased and like moving away from you, and you like opening yourself up and embracing things that are to come, and to like be assuming a new type of energy as well with the Fool here. And it seems like this happens only after you move through a karmic test, and it's one where you're like really getting in touch with yourself. This is a move that you could be making, like you could have moved away from somebody or something, and because of that there's a sense of feeling more in touch with yourself. You may find that you're able to do things that you hadn't been able to do before. This can come through in like certain talents that you're discovering or certain passions that you're discovering, a renewed sense of self-love as well. And it looks too like you're ready to take things on. Like where you were before, you may have felt more reticent to like take challenges head on, or maybe to be more outspoken or to be more action oriented. But it looks like there's a sense of confidence that you're gaining within yourself through your own self-love and self-validation that's allowing you to take charge of situations. And for some of you, this is going to affect you. I'm hearing public platform for some, public platform. I'm getting something with like career. It can be like new responsibilities that you're taking on. It looks like something's changing about the way that you perceive yourself and even your like work persona, business persona for some. A new way that you're handling your finances, your responsibilities, taking more initiative. You could be doing something more creative as well. You could also be like having people kind of look up to you to be leading. It looks like something new that you're doing with the Fool here. Like this would be a new type of experience you're having where you're kind of being like, I'm hearing followed for some. Like maybe people are like following you or looking up to you in some sort of way, or like you have more responsibilities than you did before. It seems like something is changing with like some role that you're playing. And it may impact your like public identity even. This is like a leader type of energy, or you're stepping up. This can even mean like taking more initiative within your personal life as well, like feeling more comfortable. I don't want to say outgoing necessarily, but it seems like you're taking charge more. And it seems like it's because you're trusting yourself too. Like this isn't coming from a place of like overcompensating. This is coming from a place of like you really believing in yourself. And even if you may not have like all of the experience, there's a sense of a new role that you may be playing where, because you're taking on new responsibility, it's almost like you get some type of like upgrade or promotion, or you're starting something new, and it's more of a leading position. I hope that I'm describing that fully enough for it to make sense. It's like it's a more active role that you're playing, essentially, is what I'm seeing. It seems like you're getting better with communication too. Like you may also be like more comfortable setting boundaries or saying what your standards are, or what you like, what you don't like, what you feel comfortable with, what you don't feel comfortable with, while still remaining open emotionally. So this is like you being open and feeling what you're feeling, and being present for that, while also being able to communicate like your boundaries and things like that. So it's being receptive and also communicating and working on your communication. I'm seeing a really nice balance of feminine and masculine energy here. And it's like covering all of the different bases too, because I'm seeing like each of the four suits here with the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups here. So it feels like a really important balance that's happening. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, it seems like because of a new way that you're entering into your relationships or interacting with certain people, It's changing the dynamics that you have, and you may feel like you're more easily connecting with people, or that connections that weren't there before, maybe you're feeling them more now. It feels too like you're shining in a more authentic light, so that means, of course, that you're going to be attracting in more authentic energy as well to you. And people that you truly connect with. Because the more like brave we are and the more authentically we're shining our light, when we, you know, when you wear a mask and you connect with people, there's always a sense of like lackluster and feeling like people are around you but they don't really know you, and it's like they're connecting with you for the wrong reasons, or for like a mask that you're wearing, or like a public persona or an image, things like that. However, when we shine in our authentic light, the people that you connect with, because you're allowing yourself to be seen, they're connecting with that aspect of you that's like vulnerable and authentic, and it inspires people, and it also allows you to like connect to who you truly are, rather than like an outward appearance or something like that. There's a sense of, because your insides are like on display for people to see, they really connect with that, and so you feel stronger connections with people. It feels more intuitive as well, because of you being more connected with yourself. You can like see who's connected with themselves, you can see who's not as connected with themselves, you can see where you're connecting with people, why you're connecting with people. It also changes the degree and the topics of connections, because like when we're living in a place where we're very focused on like healing or the trauma that we've been through, we will connect with other people that are doing the same things. When you're connecting with like a project that you want to connect with, then like you kind of network with people that are inspired by those sorts of things. So what you're focusing on is also going to steer the types of connections that you're having too. So it's like if you're really into soccer, say, then you're going to be connecting with other people that are into like sports and soccer and things like that. If you're into healing, you're going to connect with people that are doing healing. If you feel like you're stuck in a low vibrational energy, you're going to connect with people on that level too. So it's all about like thinking about what types of connections you want to be making with people, and to be focusing on that aspect of your journey and that type of energy that you want to be in. Because if sometimes too, like we can get stuck in like trauma and woundology, and then you just are constantly connecting with people and you kind of stay in that same room. So there's a sense of like, again, wanting to focus your energy on the types of connections that you want, and when you're focusing on that within yourself, that's what you attract in, if that makes sense. Yeah, it looks like to me there could have been someone or something in your life that like you could have kind of given up your control to someone or something, and it looks like you're taking that back, because I'm seeing you like almost learn the truth about like how effective you can be when you're speaking your truth and setting boundaries, and it seems like you're going to be pulling back from something that hadn't been allowing you to like take control and steer the ship where you wanted to steer it. It's always such a fine line as well when it comes to like boundaries and being open, because you want to be open and you want to feel everything, and you also want to be able to be as compassionate as possible, which means that we can be like empathetic, sympathetic, we can be feeling other people's emotions and feeling our own emotions, and it's also just as important for us to have boundaries. It goes hand in hand. Otherwise we feel like hurt or taken advantage of, or we're making excuses for someone or ourselves, and so there's a sense of needing to like keep the heart chakra open, and also be able to voice your boundaries, and also know what your boundaries are in order to voice them. So checking in with yourself. So I'm looking at Cancer, Uranus, Scorpio. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards, see what pops up. Hope everybody's doing well. You may also be in a more selective energy regarding who you're connecting with. So it's like, if it's not an authentic type of connection, or it's not like as, basically, if it's not the type of connection you want, you may kind of be pulling back or disengaging from certain relationships. Like, if something doesn't meet your standards, there's a sense of not engaging with it as much. Seven of Pentacles is a waiting energy. It's like you planted the seeds, you know what you want to manifest, you've envisioned it. There's a sense of needing to be patient as things align. And to see the Judgment card next to it, it seems like being very deliberate with what it is that you're manifesting, what it is that you're planting seeds for, and to make sure that it's in alignment. This reminds me of what I said in the last reading about, like, when you want to manifest something, to, like, envision it and think about what you're trying to manifest, and then go about your week, and then, or whatever time frame you feel comfortable with. And then after, like, so much time has passed, to check in with yourself and be like, what moves did I make that are, like, in alignment with this and in support of what I'm trying to manifest? What do I need to change? What do I need to keep doing? What should I stop doing? Like, what isn't supporting what I'm trying to manifest? Things like that. And that's what this looks like here. So it's like really thinking about what you're doing, how you're spending your time, and if that's supporting what you're trying to manifest. And what you need to let go of too. There may be some things that are not in alignment that you're reviewing and that you're letting go of. This can be connections that you have, can be physical objects that are around you, habits, situations, things that you've been engaging in. It looks like the next step is release. It seems like while you're waiting for something to happen, there's more of like a picking through or picking out process that's happening. There may too be a sense of rigidity that you're kind of letting go of or loosening your grip on. Yeah, it looks like there's some things that you're going to be releasing. These are things that, like, hold on, I want to get a little bit further and see. It looks like there's so much continuity between the last reading and this one. What it looks like to me is that if you've still been holding on to things that you feel unhappy about, or like expectations that you had that weren't met, or like you didn't like how a person did that, or they showed up in this way and you don't approve of it, it feels like it's getting really, really heavy to hold on to all of that. This can be like any type of judgment that you have towards other people or yourself. Any time when what you wanted or expected did not go in that way, if you're still holding on to these situations, this is about letting go of all of that, because it just seems like something that's been accumulating and it's something that needs to be let go of. It's like, I'm hearing not good for your heart. It's something that is just going to like weigh you down and weigh you down and weigh you down. This is too about like, when you have a wish fulfillment for yourself, it's for you, it's not for other people. So it's like, you may want to reach like spiritual attainment, or you may want to like work out and get a certain physique, or like change your diet, or like to be a kind person or whatever. And these are all the things that we wish like for ourselves, and we're not meant to be projecting that onto other people. So it's like, if you have a certain diet that you like, that's for you. It's not for you to be pushing it onto other people, because it seems like there may be certain things that like you wanted, or expectations that you had of certain people, that are not the truth of those people. And so this is about letting those things go and allowing people to live, and focusing it all back on you and what you're going to do. Because you may not like how somebody treats you or how somebody interacts with you, and that's not your karma to be taking. That's for you to release and let go of, and if you don't like that interaction, to step back from it. But the more we hold on to that sense of judgment, the heavier it is. And it seems like this is all about learning to like manage our emotional and spiritual experience. Because it seems like emotionally there's work that needs to be done, and there's some stuff that needs to be let go of right now. These are two those moments where it's like, if only they would act like this, or if only he would take out the trash, you know? But people outside of you are going to do what they're going to do, and we're meant to be like focusing on ourselves and not the other people and what they're doing. Because it's just distracting us from our storylines. Yeah. So it's like taking any wishes that you have for other people to be this way or that way, or if only they would this or that, and taking all of that energy that you give anywhere else and focusing it back on you, and like re-empowering yourself. Interesting. And it gives you more inspiration and more motivation when we are focusing on ourselves, but sometimes that's hard too, because it means that we're taking accountability and responsibility for our lives and what we're in control of, and releasing what we're not in control of, i.e. other people. But yeah, it can be difficult too, to do that. I think our interpersonal relationships are like the most difficult yogas that we do, because we are so deeply affected and connected with other people. And so obviously easier said than done, but it seems like this direction is what you're being guided to right now. Really like letting people live their lives and choosing to live in the ways that they do, and to accept that, and to let go of any expectations that are not in alignment with the reality of the situation. Moving from conditional love to unconditional love. I'm looking at Pluto and Taurus here. Alright, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.